by the way. So I'm also celebrating my birthday as I get an opportunity to present with you guys. So I am very, very happy, and I am so proud to be part of this dyslexia community. So karibuni sana. I think you're going to enjoy what I'm going to present to you. And actually, I'm just sharing my insights because I've been working with the media for quite a long time. I'm going to talk about media's role in advancing dyslexia awareness and inclusion. I am so happy to be part of this because I think we are supposed to create awareness as much as we can, and we are supposed to use our pen to make sure it brings an impact in the community, to make sure that a lot of people know about dyslexia. So I will start right away with my slides. Please, Cowdens, help me with the slides. Then I start my presentation right away and sharing my experience of 17 years in the media. So, first of all, slide number one, we'll talk more about dyslexia itself. Maybe there's a new member who is just joining right now. So, it is better to explain what does it mean when we say dyslexia. So, Cowdens, please bring slide number one so we start right away with a slide. I hope everybody is able to see the slide. Okay, Claudia, Cowdens.
Yes, hold on. I'm sharing the screen.
Okay, there's no problem because I want everybody to see the screen.
Are you seeing the screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen. I've seen the first slide.
Yeah,
So I want the next slide.
the next
To see.
slide. Okay. Next
Yes,
slide.
yeah, I want the next slide.
There you go.
Okay, fine. The next slide, because that explains more about me. That's my biography. And I've just introduced myself. Yeah, there we go. So, first of all, I think it is important for all of us to understand dyslexia and the stigma that's going on in the society, in our societies, in our day to day lives. Dyslexia is a common learning difference affecting reading, writing, and spelling. So it is not really a problem, but a bit of a difficulty, especially in children or when someone is going to through a childhood. It does not reflect intelligence or any potential. Stigma arises from misconceptions linking reading struggles with laziness or low ability. Stigma leads to shame, low self esteem, and also reluctance to seek help. Understanding dyslexia and seeing individual strength helps break stigma and builds inclusive schools and communities. I know in our homes, in our societies, we meet these kind of children who are going through this difficult of dyslexia. And also we have some adults who have gone through that problem when they were young people. But then they got help from people, they got help from schools, they got help from hospitals. They became better people and they became so creative because people with dyslexia, they have ability in creativity. That's where they do so well. So difficulties in learning does not mean that person is not intelligent enough. It just needs the right time, it needs the right people, it needs the right medication to help someone to grow. It also needs awareness to parents and awareness to people surrounding that particular person or that particular child. Okay, we go to the next slide. We understand more about the gaps. Now, I'm talking about the current gaps. And when I'm talking about the gaps, we also have gaps in the media, on the way we run things, on the way we make awareness of difficulties like dyslexia. First of all, there is perpetuation of stigma. The lack of accurate reporting allows misconceptions to persist, with many attributing learning difficulties to laziness or low intelligence. So, most of us reporters, as you know, in our country, Tanzania, people do not really specialize in a certain thing. For instance, in Western societies, they specialize in health. Some people in Kiswahili language, maybe. Some people specialize in writing about agriculture. So even for journalists who are writing about health issues, they don't write about dyslexia. So that's where the gap comes in. That's where also continuation of stigma comes in. People do not write much, so people do not understand much about dyslexia. Okay. Another point is absence of educational programming. There are few, if any, dedicated radio or TV segments that educate the public about dyslexia and learning differences. For instance, where I work, Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, we have a healthy program, but I've been watching the program for the past 5 years, but I've never seen a program talking about dyslexia. They talk about other diseases, especially heart diseases, liver and kidney diseases. They talk more about those diseases, but I've never watched a program here at TBC where I'm working, which talks about dyslexia. So that's a challenge. And not only TBC, a lot of media houses in Tanzania, be electronic media houses, print media houses, digital media houses, they don't really have programs which talks about dyslexia. They only have healthy programs which talks about a lot of other issues, but not much about dyslexia. Another point is limited media coverage, which also resemble absence of educational programming in a way. Dyslexia receives minimal attention in Tanzania media, leaving many parents and communities unaware of the condition. So many people, many Tanzanians do not know much about dyslexia because the media is not really performing well in covering dyslexia. The other point is lack of collaboration with the media. Organizations working on dyslexia rarely partner with media houses, resulting in missed opportunities for consistent awareness building across communities. Now, the problem comes on both sides. The organizations, the media, they really don't work hand in hand in addressing this issue of dyslexia or in creating awareness to the community or society about this issue of dyslexia. Now, we go right away to how media shapes perceptions. We are talking about positive coverage, and then we'll see on the side of negative coverage. On positive coverage, encourages acceptance and support for learners with dyslexia. For instance, I remember, I think 2 months ago, someone from this organization came to our media house, and then we had conversations during our morning show program called called Jambo Tanzania. And then it was really positive. A lot of people learned about dyslexia, and some of them they were engaging with us via our YouTube channel about dyslexia. So that's positive. Educates communities accurately about dyslexia. I know media houses can decide to do some programs which can engage audience to talk about dyslexia. They can bring in dyslexia organizations can bring in expertise who can talk about dyslexia within the media, and people ask questions and then the questions are being responded. That's also positive coverage. But when we talk about negative coverage, increases stigma and isolation, spreads misconceptions and fear. That's when people do not really cover well about dyslexia, but then they cover the negative part of it. But we don't encourage that in the media houses, even if it happens. Okay, now let's go to the positive role of the media. As we all know, media is the fourth estate of the society, even though it goes without being written, it goes silently, but media is really powerful. So if the campaign is being run in the media, it can bring positive impact within our societies. So the positive role of the media is to educate the public, and it clarifies what dyslexia truly is, because we bring in experts who can explain and talk more about dyslexia. We can also bring real cases of parents who are raising children or kids who are going through that difficulty. Encouraging early action motivates families to seek screening and support. Media can run campaigns which can encourage people to make sure the kids with dyslexia or children with dyslexia go to for screening and get also healthy support from the medical side. Also, stories inspires communities with real examples, thriving individuals. Media can play a role of bringing in people with real cases for other people to learn about dyslexia, to learn about how they raise kids or children with dyslexia, or even adults with dyslexia. So, real cases help a lot in learning. Media can organize for that, and that can help the community. Normalize conversations, opens discussions about learning differences in societies. Bringing awareness by using the media can help people to be familiarized more with dyslexia and take it as just a normal challenge like other challenges, rather than taking it as a problem or something of the kind. Now, all in all, we go to practical ways media can help to create awareness about dyslexias. Host discussions, TV and radio programs with parents, teachers, and specialists sharing experiences. Sometimes in TV programs or radio programs or digital platforms, we conduct programs which engage the audience. We conduct discussions programs. Discussion programs can bring in the panelists, can bring in the audience together with the presenters, and then they can discuss and share experiences and learn a lot about dyslexia. Special segments on children's learning challenges to normalize the conversation. We also have children's program. We can incorporate in experts who can talk about dyslexia in programs which are specifically for children. Social media campaigns, sharing short, clear posts and videos explaining signs of dyslexia in different ages. Now, the media has really grown in digital platforms, and we know even in census of 2022, more than 60% of Tanzanians are young people. Young people are really good in social media campaigns. They really go to the media. So when I'm talking about young generation, they are the ones who are the parents to kids nowadays, because people can start to have kids from 20 and above. They're the ones who are always on social media. So if we prepare short clips and videos, and then we use our social media platforms to educate people about dyslexia, I believe the media is going to be more impactful to the society, creating awareness about dyslexia. Using real life stories from families to build empathy and reduce stigma can also be very, very helpful if it is being done by the media, because people do follow media, digital platforms. They also watch TV programs, and they also listen to radio programs. So this can be very helpful, and it can reach a larger community of people. Share success stories is also another way of creating awareness and helping people with the dyslexia difficulty. Videos or articles showcasing learners with dyslexia succeeding with the right people, using before and after stories to show the power of early identification and accommodations. Sometimes media can bring in adults with dyslexia who are doing quite well in whatever they are doing, so that those people can be used as examples to the community or to the people who are raising kids or children with dyslexia. So basically, those are practical ways. Now, it's food for thought for all of you who are now following this conversation with me today. Am I doing enough to raise my voice for inclusion and to promote awareness about dyslexia in my community? This is a question to all of us who are in this lesson right now. Are you really doing enough? For instance, I am a TV presenter, as I've said earlier, and also a radio presenter. And I have about uh, 12 12,000 people who are following me on my Instagram account, and a lot of people who are following me on my Facebook account. I also use my WhatsApp status a lot to educate people on different issues. Then I should ask myself, am I doing enough to talk about dyslexia, to elaborate issues concerning the media about dyslexia? I think this is a food for thought for all of us. And I've promised myself from now onwards, I will be advocating a lot about dyslexia. I will be asking experts to talk to me, and then I also talk to my people who are following me in my social media platforms, and I also engage other TV and radio presenters who I know they have a lot of followers in social media platforms. They should talk about dyslexia to help people learn, to help the community and the society to be more aware of dyslexia issues. So I urge all of you to do that from today onwards. Now, on to the next slide. Voices of change. What you guys can do to change the society, to change the perceptions of the society about dyslexia. Share your stories with local media to help others learn. It is very important for people who are going through these difficulties, who are having relatives, children with dyslexia, to share with the local media in order to help other people to learn. Support dyslexia awareness initiatives on social media. I've talked about it earlier. It is very, very important, and myself, I've just started. Encourage children to speak positively about their learning differences. It is important, if we are teachers, we have kids with dyslexia. If we are parents, we have kids with dyslexia. We should really be positive on their growth, and also we should encourage them. We should talk to them and tell them they are going to be great people. They are going to be great professionals. They are going to be creative. They will do wonders in their communities. Work with Dyslexia Tanzania to spread accurate information. I know all of us are working with dyslexia community right now as we speak, so we should engage more, and we should take it as our responsibility, not one person as an individual, but also as a group. We should really take the agenda forward. Let's amplify our voices for inclusion, ensuring every learner is seen, supported, and able to thrive. Thank you so much for following. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much, all the organizers, for inviting me. Now, I welcome questions if they are right over there. I welcome opinion. I welcome recommendations. Thank you so much, our moderator, Cowdens.
Thank you to Anna. That was a great presentation. Let me see. I can see there's some questions. There's some messages on the chat. Okay, Fatma, I see your message. Exactly, advocating and voicing the way forward. Thank you, Fatma. Any comments or questions? We welcome you. I see a hand from Vincent. Welcome, Dr. Vincent.
Thank you, Prudence, and thank you. The name of the presenter, I'm forgetting it, but thank you so much for your
Anna. She's called Anna.
Oh, yeah, Anna. Thank you, Anna, for this presentation. And I'm a member of Dyslexia Tanzania. And this is a good, it's not, I don't know, but it's a form of a survey that maybe was done. I don't know if it is a survey or it is what that you came up with the findings that the population is in 2022 is below. I mean, there are youths who are called Gen Zs now, and they are very smart in social media and so forth. And you have given areas on the gaps in terms of negative and the positives, which are fine. But my concern is uh, you mentioned also something that I picked, that you have 12,000 followers. So to me, I would assume that maybe probably this forum of today we could have even 100 audience people, because you know, if we really want to create a change, it all starts from people knowing uh, issues with disability, and they will only know if we are going to popularize issues in terms of disability. So mine is a recommendation, if possible, and I believe that TBC is one of the first stations, if I'm not wrong, in Tanzania. If possible, I don't know if this was given the popularity and the advertisement that it requires, because every time I've been saying in this kind of forums that these are free forums, you can imagine, and you have taken your time to prepare the very good slides. But look at the audience. We have 17 people. If we take the attendance, they're the same people whom we are meeting, the same forum. So you see the gap that is there. We are, in as far as we will try to change, we'll try to create awareness, but it might not be easy, because getting an audience is an issue. 17 people, the same people, if you look at the chat, the same people that you have been meeting, if it is, if I mention their names and so forth, the same people that have been joining the forums. So we need to create awareness from the word. How do you popularize issues with disability? How do you give them the audience that is required? If we can have platforms where we can say maybe Sundays at this time, we know that people are seated. We will have programs based on health issues. And if we can have on those health issues at least once in a month, we discuss issues of disability studies. We discuss issues, which dyslexia is one of them. We discuss issues of special education. We discuss issues of inclusion. We discuss issues of assistive devices. We discuss issues of how best can we improve the curriculum to suit each and every child so that no child is left behind. We discuss issues and challenges which teachers are meeting in as far as meeting the expectations of the children. We discuss parental issues so that, it starts from there, that if this recommendation can be put across, I believe that the government will wake up. The only people that the government can wake up from is the media. And today, when I saw that you were coming from this presentation, I was very happy. You are one of the personnel. We had one prior, but now I was to give presentation in as far as disability is concerned. This is not a gap in Tanzania, but it's a gap within the continent. We are beaten by developed countries because we fear exposing, we fear talking about issues. We tend to be naive. We tend to fear and say that we are affected by this. How can we mitigate this? How do we bring issues on board? How do you come into, in a kind of a multi-sectoral kind of uh, discipline so that we can solve this issue? So please, it's a plea from me and maybe other members of the disability Tanzania, that if audience can be given in the sense that the way I've said, maybe a day, half, 30 minutes, 2 minutes, what, just to discuss issues of disability studies. Maybe we might not benefit, but our children's might benefit from what we are going to come up with from those kind of sessions. But the presentation Thank you so much. It was fine. The gaps were well identified. The negatives were well taken care of, and the positives countered the negatives, which is fine. I think you have shared quite a number of insightful information. Thank you for that, Amina.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vincent, for highlighting that. Actually, today we've really pushed this. We announced well this presentation of today, and this is one of the presentations that was prepared way in advance. We gave Anna Mwasioke because we know she has a big following. So we prepared this presentation quite early. Anna, maybe you can help us answer. How come your 12,000 people, not even a third of them have attended? Do you have an answer to that, Anna?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Vincent. You have shared really a quite wonderful observation. Anyway, I'm taking it as a challenge because, yes, I have a lot of followers, and I also shared the poster even in my social media platform. But the challenge we have with the G and Z generation and also the young people below 35 is they really don't want to read or watch or listen to serious conversations. So that's also a challenge that we are working on. They want a presentation which is simple, which is having a lot of comedies. That's what I've learned from the social media. So even if myself, I am a mentor and coach, I teach a lot about broadcasting. So if I want to share things about broadcasting, I really have to make my presentation quite in a comedian way to make people uh, interested in what I share. So that's really a challenge. But then that challenge should not really make us lag behind. I think we should take it as a challenge, and then we should really know how to package our information in order for the young people, the Gen Z, the youth to really understand and consume what we want them to consume. So that's a big challenge. But then I myself take it as a challenge, and I promise I am going to engage these people who are working with dyslexia awareness in our program. I'll talk to our producer who is preparing healthy programs. I also talk to the other media community who are working in other media houses. We should take it as a campaign to make sure people are being aware about dyslexia. That's all I can say, but I accept it is a challenge.
Thank you so much, Anna. And I find your answer very honest. Seriously, when you share a joke, people tend to be more interested than when you start a serious conversation. So I can imagine your answer is very, very honest. But also, Anna, I like the way you're committing to joining us in awareness. We are happy to have you as our ambassador. We know TBC. TBC I believe it's one of the mainstream media houses, which has the biggest coverage in the country, being Tanzania Corporation, Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation. It must be a very, very powerful tool. We are very happy to have you on board, and thank you for your readiness to support inclusion. I wanted to highlight that there is this week, so many people, even from my support group, you have seen there's a clip going on. It was done by Caroline Mutuku. She's another media personality, a very powerful lady in the media. This is in Kenya. She's so with Tony. Tony Ndungu is one of the richest Kenyans that I know. And he's confessed that he's dyslexic, and that has gone viral. I don't know if it's the way they packaged it. Anna, I got your challenge that we need to package our information in a way that the young people can be interested in following. And for those of you who are in our support group, I highly recommend that if you're not in our support group, please join us. It's just a WhatsApp group where we study, we continue learning every time. My colleague has already shared a link on how to join. You just click on this link I'm actually copying it and pasting it again down here. And then you can, I know the media is very, very powerful. So many people in Tanzania actually have forwarded me that clip of Caroline Mutuku. They are talking about a dyslexia awareness conference. It's a big conference, one of its kind, happening in Nairobi this coming month. And I like that clip, the way they put it. I can even share it. It's been on my status since morning as well. So Anna, I'm saying all this to say that we are grateful that you're willing to join us in spreading awareness about dyslexia and other learning difficulties. And actually, we are an inclusion community, so we don't only do dyslexia and other learning difficulties, we also support inclusion in its totality. So thank you so much. I saw Onesmo Petro, your hand was up. Would you like to say something? You're welcome, Onesmo.
Yes, please. Sorry, I took a longer time. Yes, please. Thank you very much for allowing me to just say hi and give my comment on today's session. Thank you very much, Claudius, for organizing this. And I think I have to go direct to Dr. Vincent's concern. Just to tell him that we've been in this industry of asking people to join, to talk about anything related to mental health as far as dyslexia is concerned. But awareness is still very low, and we use manage much time and even resources to make 2, 3, 4 people join the conversation, the mental health conversation, including dyslexia. So it hasn't been that easy. What is important is what Cowdens is doing, not giving up. Instead, she just just move on, even if it's 2 or 3 people. But we are sure these 17 people who are in here, it's just 1, 2, 3 people never, they will take the message to other people. And in the long run, some people will join the conversation about mental health. But it hasn't been easy for us who have been in the industry to make sure everyone understands, talk, speak up, join the conversation related to mental disorders or these disabilities or difficulties or differences. You see, not many are interested on this conversation, but because it's awareness, they don't know. When someone hearing the word dyslexia, it doesn't sound in their mind, so they just ignore it. And that's another challenge we have to give ourselves, to simplify the language, to make sure everyone understands. So yeah, I mean, there are different challenges why people don't join the conversation. But you know what? We have to continue doing what we are trying to do. In the long run, some people, and maybe today they're 18 or 17, but sometimes they will be 20 and 20 something. That is the progress. And back to the presenter, very grateful, very thankful for seeing that gap. Yes, media is a very important tool to spread the word, to convince people come to join the conversation. I think it's the only way we can make most Tanzanians understand about these disorders or these differences or difficulties. Media. So I thank you very much for being an ambassador for some disorders and mental health in general. And thank you. Of course, we've been using TBC for our education programs and the awareness, raising awareness as the Mental Health Tanzania organization. So thank you very much for being a great ambassador for different disorders, and we hope you will continue joining the conversation and even encouraging other media stakeholders to join the effort. Thank you very much. I can just say that for now, and if anything, I can continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Onesmo. For those of you who might not know, Dr. Onesmo, who just spoke, is a specialist in mental health, and he's the founder of Mental Health Tanzania. And the connection between dyslexia and mental health cannot really, there's a great connection between these two. Because once you have dyslexia, then you face all the stigma. Once a parent discovers that their child has dyslexia, one is stigma. Once the child is like, why am I different? You know, all these issues, they lead to mental health issues. So there's a very, very big connection between dyslexia and mental health, as we may know. And we are looking forward to having Onesmo Petro speak in our platform one of these days. This is something very, very important that we need to keep telling parents, okay, you can do this, take care of yourself, it happens, you know, how to take care of a child, you know, of who has dyslexia, you know, as a parent, your expectations might not be met. You realize my child has dyslexia, he's being treated differently, you know. It's not something that is easy to take. So we collaborate very closely with mental health organizations, and Mental Health Tanzania is one of those organizations that we are collaborating with. So thank you, Onesmo Petro, for that comment. I'm welcoming Philbert. I saw your hand was up. Philbert Kimambo, you're welcome to give your comment.
Okay.
Philbert, you're welcome. Philbert? I think Philbert has an issue there.
Yes.
Are you okay? Oh, welcome.
Yes. I had some challenges of network and connecting here. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank a lot for today's presentation. So, Anna Masio, I thank you a lot. It was a very nice presentation. But also being a teacher, helping children with dyslexia, an ambassador of dyslexia, I could give out like an opinion, a suggestion to media personalities. You know, the pupils with dyslexia, they have a lot of talents. They have hidden potentials, and one among the medium which can be used to discover or to identify the hidden potential is all about media, and the journalists and the people who are working in media. They have a great wide range of exposing these pupils, these children, these people, because they come across a lot of people, and then their voice can be heard throughout the globe, not only Tanzania, but throughout the globe. So my advice to media personalities and Anna Masioke is, to this young generation, to this upcoming generation, these people, they have hidden talents. We teachers, we pray our Lord. Parents, we pray our Lord. But they need some people. They need people who can raise their voice and make them known to the world. I can take an example of Masood Kipanya. Masood Kipanya, all of us, I think we know him because it's through media, through his work through media. Now, I know there are a lot of people, there are a lot of children, there are a lot of personalities who are facing dyslexia, and all what they need is just a hand of help to make them known to the world, so as we can help them to grow, them to multiply their talent, and also continue raising awareness to the society in general. So as what Cowden say, and Dr. Vincent and all other speakers, media have a lot of have great great space of making or raising awareness to the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Philbert. I see a comment, and I agree with you honestly that the media has a lot of strength. They have what it takes to change the community and increase awareness about community issues like dyslexia. So Fatma has raised an issue here that maybe people are not able to attend because of language barrier. Thank you for today's lecture. I was thinking maybe some of the listeners or followers don't join or comment due to language barrier. Please raise your concern if this is the issue. So I always tell people we use 2 languages, like I said in the beginning, and my line is always open to receive comments in Swahili, but also, of course, in English. And I don't know how to accommodate language barrier. We can maybe suggest, those of you who are in the session today, maybe we could be suggesting we try to mix, but sometimes we have speakers who don't use Swahili. We could see how to go around it. Thank you, Fatima, for raising that. It can be difficult to enjoy a conversation in a language you do not understand. So I agree. I don't know if there's anybody in our midst today who is not able to use English. Maybe you could text me. My number is on the screen as we go to the next person.
Yes. Thank you.
Karibu Amina. Amina Shauri, you're welcome.
Mi sina la ziada, ila nashukuru kulipata hilo somo, na ikiwezekana basi mtutupie hata notes tuweze kulivise.
Hamna shida dada yangu. Nitakutumia slides. Uko kwenye WhatsApp group yetu, support group? Sawa, nitaituma muda sio mrefu. Karibu sana dada yangu.
Haya, nashukuru sana.
Haya, my dear. Any other comments, team, before we go? I have a few announcements to make. You know, we are, as we've discussed and as we all know, there's someone who has said they don't understand Swahili. It's okay, we use English and Swahili, so feel free to use the language you're able to understand. As we all are aware that the awareness about dyslexia in general is actually very low in our country. Like Vincent said, in Africa, we are really behind. The rest of the world is doing much better. So I'm thinking, let us, at least for those of us who are able to get this awareness, I kindly ask you to support the initiatives we put together as Dyslexia Tanzania. You see, we are planning a marathon in October. We are welcoming you to participate. Every ticket is going for only 35,000 shillings. And we even have special tickets because we are an inclusive community. We have special tickets for only 10,000 shillings. And this will cover those people who can walk for maybe a kilometer or 2 kilometers, we have enough security, we have enough medical personnel going to be there. And for those people who are not able to, who are not very mobile, we are going to bring games at the field. So we're going to have children games and many forms of entertainment at the field. It's also a day out for people. You know, normally parents, they hide children who have disabilities, which is really sad. Recently, we had a neighbor who lost a child, and when she's mourning, we are like, "You're mourning for who? We don't know any other you have that has passed away." And it was so sad to realize that this neighbor has been having a special child who nobody knows, because that child is never brought out of the house. So when the child passed away is when people were like, there's a funeral. Whose funeral? They don't know. It's a neighbor who has lost her child. They don't know the child. So let's just support inclusion. You know, even these people also need to go out there and have fun. So we are as inclusive as possible in our marathon. We will have people who don't have to run, but there will be activities in the field, and we will welcome any support that you have. Other than that, we are planning to attend this conference in Nairobi. You know, it's a way to network. It's a way to also learn from the best. Vincent just said that in Africa, we're very behind. So Bloom Dyslexia organizing a big conference, one of its kind in Nairobi next month on 20th and 21st. So this is a way to go learn what are the rest of the what is the rest of the world doing that we are not doing as Tanzania? What is the rest of the world doing that Africa is not doing? So this is a very big opportunity coming to our doorstep. It's one of its kind, happening in Africa, happening in Kenya. You can even go by bus to go to Nairobi in the morning and you arrive for the conference if you're based in Arusha. Let's plan to participate. Let's plan to learn. You know, you never know when you need that knowledge. Knowledge is an investment. You never know when you need it. You don't know what your grandchild will look like, you know. So let's just support inclusion. And thank you so much. Anna, I see Vince, Zora. Zora, your hand is up. You're welcome to give your comment as we come to a close. Zora, you're welcome. Karibu sana.
Yes, thank you. I didn't even know that my hand was up, but I'm new here. I think it's my first time. I mean, the way I found out how Dyslexia Tanzania was very interesting. I was looking for a platform that will be able to enable me also enrich myself in the area of working with children with special needs. But I did a child development, so. But you know, our field of child development is wide also. So we find ourselves working with children also with special needs. But there's really a great challenge, especially with children with special needs in regards to Africa. As you have heard one of the speakers mention that sometimes these children are hidden away from the eyes of the society. And so what you guys are doing is really, really essential to make sure that even if not the parents of that child, but you as a child worker or a special needs child worker in that sense can actually be able to identify and be able to maybe to recommend this child to maybe a special needs organization or someone that is really willing to help. You know, we just lost one of the children. They buried him yesterday because, you know, he was always moving on the road by himself. In the neighborhood, we have a special needs organization. I was always wondering why I'm taking this child. But I think that, you know, they had an age limit, you know, for which they would enroll these children. So I'm wondering, you know, within your group, if, you know, you guys have aspiration to actually ensure that the services to people with special needs is not necessarily limited to a particular age bracket. And if so, then can be able maybe to recommend them for those that can be able to take them in. Otherwise, I won't say much, but really thank you. I look forward to learning more from you guys. I'm from this side of Uganda, but I look forward to learning from you as we go, for sure.
Thank you, Zora. Thank you so much. And I wanted to ask where you're based, because we could assist if you were in Tanzania, but I have understood you're based in Uganda. That's so sad that we lost that child. Thank you for your comment. You're welcome. You can be joining us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We have people from all over the world, wherever we want to share, because it's an online session. So we enjoy the flexibility. Thank you, and you're welcome next week again, 8 p.m. Did I see you? Yes.
Okay, I wanted to say something before we complete our lesson for today.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening to me, all of you guys. I really thank you for your insightful conversations that you have been bringing as we were going ahead with this discussion. I am officially part of Dyslexia community, and I am going to be an ambassador. And I also encourage my fellow presenters, people from the media society, to be ambassadors of this dyslexia awareness issue. I am really going to talk to the media people. They will be joining our conversations every week. It might not be as fast as you like, but it will take some time. And I want to say Rome was not built in one day. They started slowly, and also they had to grow up on the way. So I will engage other media members, and I will look for more programs to engage you more to create awareness. Thank you so much for being with me today.
We are more grateful to you, Anna. You did an amazing job. Thank you so much. And we are excited to have you on board. This is amazing. I think this is one of the best things I've had since morning. Thank you, Anna, for your willingness to support us. Vincent, did I see your hand up?
Well, I didn't have a hand up, but I can just it's a compliment that if that can happen, where media personalities can be joining us, I think it's a milestone for dyslexia and other disability studies. And if you get opportunities where we can air the different kind of disabilities, vis-a-vis dyslexia being one of them, then speakers are there from every part of the world who can create awareness. There's some whom we can talk to, and they can just come to share their knowledge, because it's good to share than keeping knowledge if you have it. All in all, I think that is the way to go. That is the starting point. If we can have a platform where we can air these issues and collaboratively kind of into our ideas, then we can move towards that required trajectory. Otherwise, that's a good way to go.
Thank you so much, Vincent. And for those of you who are joining for the first time, maybe I should mention that we are very privileged to have Dr. Vincent based in Mexico, and he's a member of our board. And so to say, he's been attending our sessions religiously, and with his expertise, we've been benefiting a lot from his comments. Dr. Vincent, we are very privileged to have you, and we are proud of what you're doing. May God bless you. Did I see anybody wanting to say something before we close? We normally end at 9. Shukuru, is your hand up or that's a thumbs up? Yeah. Okay. So honestly, I'm grateful for this session. Anna Mwasioke, I'm very grateful. Actually, we are happy. You've done an amazing job. Thank you so much. And everyone who created their time to attend this session today, we are grateful for your time. Let's continue talking. Let's continue spreading the word. Nobody chooses to have a disability. Nobody chooses to have any kind of shortcoming. So let's be kind, let's spread love. Thank you and have a good evening. See you again next week. We will upload the session and we'll share the slides on our support group. Thank you so much and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.